All right, everybody, welcome back to
the Disguised Horse Podcast.
Episode
Before we get
13.
started on episode 13, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, guys.
Yes.
We need it. We love it. And we hope to see you again for episode 14.
We need your validation. Yep. All right. So episode 13, I'm sure we'll have some nostalgia. We'll have some news and internet. How about Russia's overwhelming urge to blanket the earth in nuclear winter?
Oh, well, no.
Okay.
And no, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I don't know why they have an overwhelming urge to. I mean, it's just the Ukraine. Like, relax.
Calm down,
I'm
buddy.
sure there's a lot of really cool people there, but, like, you don't need to ruin everything. Like, let's talk it out.
Come on, we can talk about this.
Prayer circle?
Yeah. You just hold hands, kumbaya a little bit.
Or when you're sitting in a specific chair, that's when you get to talk. Why don't we go into those chairs?
Yeah.
We'll hear them out.
We'll pass the baton, and when you have the talking stick, you can talk.
Talking sticks. Yes. When you get it, though, that's when you can talk.
That's when you can talk. Don't interrupt.
Don't you dare.
All right.
Oh, man.
What do we got today?
Dude, we got some good stuff. I mean,
It's always good.
If you were around for last week, I mentioned how I had my amazing orange hair.
Yep.
That was basically a $2 box dye and hopes and dreams and looked like complete garbage.
Carrot top.
But did you have any amazing clothing styles back in the hashtag nostalgia days?
Dude, the elephant ear Jinkos.
Ooh.
I had one like the back pocket went all the way down to like my calf. It had a flaming 8-ball on it.
I think I've seen there's a guy on Instagram. Once again, I know you're not on Instagram that often, but I am. He has, not only does he have the skates on his feet, but he has skates in the back of his Jenko jeans.
Dude, those pockets were like unnecessarily massive. No, there's like posts. Like I saw it. It was on Facebook, so I do Facebook.
Ooh.
But yeah,
truth
so
comes out.
it was on Facebook. It was the 90s cool kid starter pack, and it was Jinko jeans, like that sweater, like the white and blue sweater that they always wore. Oh, it was a visor.
Oh, yeah.
The parted, like bleached hair, Jinko jeans with the chain wallet, Airwalk shoes.
Okay.
The Yomega X Brain yo-yos.
Dude, I
and
was
Surge soda.
all about yo-yos. I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade, and I did a expedition with yo-yos. So we had to we had a team, and they're like, all right, what do you guys want to do? And we're like, well, we were all kind of into yo-yos at the time. So we
yo-yos
did like a little
huge.
yo-yo thing. I think I did the clock tower or whatever.
Yep, the pendulum, walk the dog around the world.
Once again, another Instagram video. This girl does like a triple like DNA, and she's got him spinning on 3 fingers, and then she's like, yeah.
It's amazing.
Did you ever watch yo-yo videos?
No.
Oh, man.
No, because I mean, like,
it's a guy dressed just like that. He has his Jenko jeans on, his Airwalks, and then he's got like that 2-panel colored like short sleeve button down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like red here and with like black sleeves. It looks like
it's like a bowling shirt.
A bowling shirt, or somebody who works at a mechanic. You know?
Yep.
Like the bleached, like frosted tips, and then he's just killing it on his yo-yo, just doing all these cool tricks.
You had the visor like sideways and upside down.
Bro. Oh God. Yes, dude. I mean,
chain wallet though. Yeah.
I had to have a chain wallet. Mine got taken away at school because they're like, you're just going to hit somebody with it. I was like, I don't want someone to steal my money. And
what
like,
money I had in elementary school?
Yeah. Like
middle school.
Maybe $11 of it.
Tops. Whatever my lunch money was that week.
Dude, it's like, they probably would have gotten my wallet off me before they got my Pokemon cards off me.
Yeah, take the wallet.
Take it. You're never going to get my Charizard. Dude.
Yeah. Did you have any of the crazy yo-yos, or did you just do like the regular like Dunkin' like at Walmart ones, or did you have like the Yomega?
I feel like the X-Brain or like the Butterfly, I think it was. Yep. So because it kind of had like the curve, like kind of like curved out like a V. So like you get your finger in there.
Yep. Had the sleeper on it, so you could just sit there and spin it.
Yeah,
and then they came out with the yo ball or yo-yo ball or whatever it was, the one that would always come back.
No,
you never saw that?
No.
Yeah, so it's literally like a plastic ball with like a plastic ring on it, and you could just like throw it down, spin it, whatever, but it would always just come back to your hand.
What?
Yeah.
Now I remember you used to put like a piece of tape around your finger so you wouldn't get like rope burn while you're like doing all your tricks. And you're like, yeah.
Well, I mean, the string would tighten up, so you like start losing circulation.
Yeah, so you had to put like some tape or some the KT tape around your finger, and you're just like, what's that for? Did you hurt yourself? Like, nah, man, I've just been yo-yoing.
My yo-yo dog. My tricks are tight.
Tricks are tight. Oh man, I'm just trying to think of all the dorky stuff I used to wear because I had the bowl cut like before I was a teenager and like was like, no, I can't do this anymore. So literally just like bloop and then
bowl cut, and then you would part it.
Yeah, not good.
Not a good look. I mean, all these things are coming back though, right? The pendulum's swinging back. Like Jinko jeans are becoming a thing, or that style. Anyway.
I don't know, dude.
The elephant ear jeans.
Right now, I think it's like everything is like thrift stores. Yeah. So if you can get a cool outfit at a thrift store, like you are hip AF, right?
Macklemore.
Dude, give me your grandpa's clothes. No, Macklemore.
You're kind of a weird guy.
I'm not gonna lie. I do frequent thrift stores though, because there are some finds, man. Like, I love vintage T-shirts. Like, so 96, 97, the Florida Marlins in the World Series. I think I've mentioned this before. Like, have to have it. And then I've been looking at random stuff because I'm all about Florida. I'm gonna live in Florida, or I'm gonna go somewhere one day and I'm like, actually, instead of Florida, I'm never leaving here. But there is have you ever been to Busch Gardens in Florida?
Yeah, actually I have.
I would find like the old like roller coaster shirts and
Drakenfire.
It's like Sheikra or something like that, like the oldest wooden roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
So I think me and my dad would always take me up there, and I have like a keychain where I'm like this, and my dad's just like wee because he doesn't care. And
yeah,
I was like, man, I wonder if I could find a shirt for that. And like, yes, they exist, and like, I mean, they definitely have that. Like, we're trying for it to be really cool in like the 90s.
Yeah, 90s cool.
And it was like 2 colors, and then it just had like this cool like lion face on the front. It said Busch Gardens on it.
Yep.
And then I realized like it was a child's large, and I was like, damn it. So I had,
Bummer.
I bought it, and then I had to tell the guy on eBay, I was like, I'm sorry, but I noticed it was a children's large, not an adult large. So I'm a very rotund man.
Was it teal?
No, it was like
I feel like
dark
everything
blue.
Was teal in the 90s.
It was.
Everything. You saw like all the little soda cups had like, it looked like a spray can.
Oh yeah, like
zigzag, and it was always teal. Like, yeah, teal was
I feel like everything had like weird stripes for some reason.
Weird stripes, like squiggles and triangles. Like a lot of geometric shapes and a lot of color.
Like they just looked at like carpet and they're like, that's sick. I'm going to make that a shirt.
Yep.
But
like neon rings on everything.
The skate rink.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to skating rinks?
Oh, yeah. We did. It was called the Roll Arena.
Ooh, I remember going up to Ohio to meet some cousins of mine, and they had a roller skating rink, and like I hadn't hit puberty yet, but like my cousin did. So what was it? It was like, I think that's not Sugar Ray, but it's like, give my butt a flash, sugar baby, and then like hold hands and skate around. And I think I saw a cute girl, and I was like, I'm scared to talk to her because I'm like 11, she's like 13, 14. But my cousin was like, no, man, you just got to go be cool. And like,
dude, that was
rolled
like
up cool.
For real. Because like you would have they would do the dance right where they split, like boys on one side, girls on the other side. And you had to like skate over and like pick someone. That's terrifying.
Oh, God.
Like you're in front of the entire roller rink and you have to skate across by yourself and go pick your partner. And you get shut down in front of the entire skating rink.
Just go home.
Pack it in, you're done.
I never
Social life is over.
Man, and that was like the roller wheels, like the roller derby girl wheels, and you're just like clomping around.
I killed it at Limbo though.
Oh, dude, I couldn't do any of that stuff. I mean, I tried to like roller. I mean, we got into talking about hockey last time, but until it was like the blades, I was just like, I don't know how y'all like.
Yeah, I didn't really get into the 4-wheel roller skates. It was always rollerblades.
Oh, wasn't there a movie with like Little Bow Wow or something like that where they were like soul skaters and they'd like?
No, it wasn't Little Bow Wow, but yeah, it was like a Disney movie, right? Brink.
No, not Brink.
Brink was legit.
All right, we'll get to Brink after this. Legit. No, but they were in a roller rink, and they had like a cool. They're like, oh man, this is Jerry from across town, and like I can't skate with the guys from uptown, and they're like doing like spins and like being cool.
It's like you got served, but on rollerblades.
Yes. I mean, I gotta find it. I'll show you afterwards, but it was. It's so unrealistic, and like you watch it, and you're just like, oh my god, this probably means everything to these guys, but it's the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I wonder if they look back at that now and they're like, ooh.
I hope so. No, but I mean, that stuff's cool. I actually went to California for my master's graduation, and we were on we were in San Diego, so if there were whatever
Yeah.
popular beaches in San Diego, maybe La
Sure.
Jolla area.
Okay.
But they just were out there with a cool vintage boombox. Also something I need in my life, like
Yep.
just an old
Yeah, for sure.
8D batteries
Yep.
in the bitch.
Weighs
But they're out there and
40
they're
pounds.
dancing, they're doing spins, and I'm just like, am I uncool?
Am I the uncool one here?
Turns out, yes, like because he'd like skate by my wife, just like, hey, and I was like, how about you fucking back
You need to get out of here, bro.
Just like, I can't believe I'm intimidated by this dumb.
The whole time your wife's like, oh, the skating is so dumb. And then she sees that guy and she's like, wow, that guy's kind of cool.
That's
We need
actually-
to leave now.
Yeah, it's just random things you see that just turn out to be cool. I was in Canada in St. John's, Canada.
Okay.
There was a guy playing a piccolo on stage. Coolest person I've ever seen in my life. He just owned it. I think you just have to own this stuff.
Whatever
to be
you
cool.
do, just own it.
Yeah, like, I'm 33 and I like Pokemon. I guess that makes me
Own
cool. Own it. Just as long as it's not hurting anybody, just own it. I mean, what are they gonna say? You're lame. They're like, no, dog. I have a personality.
Yeah.
Check me out. Just
And then you just got to throw a couple basics at him.
yeah. God, there's water everywhere, and it's just water energies on the floor.
That would be a pretty funny
But
meme,
speaking
actually.
of Brink, we're not just gonna roll past.
You can't roll
Brink.
past Brink, dude.
Dude,
Brink,
one of my favorite
I
movies.
love Brink.
Oh my god, he's like,
Soul
I'm a
skaters.
soul skater, bro. And I'm just and
Team
the-
X Blades.
Yeah,
The
and
bad
were,
guys.
but they were really good at skating.
Yeah.
The main guy was kind of a dick, but like
Yeah.
other than that, like they were
Wow.
actually good. Also, like I don't know if there's a scene where he like goes to Team X Blades and they're like
Yes,
skating
it's
in-
secretly.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
skating indoors, but there's like strobe lights and stuff. And I was like, why would you want to skate like in
Like
the
you're doing like super complicated
Yeah.
tricks, like 30, 40 feet up in the air, and you want a strobe light hitting you in the
yeah,
face.
no thanks. And then there were who they get sponsored by Puffin Suds.
Yeah. Team Puffin Suds.
Team Puffin Suds. But that movie was cool because I don't know. He was like, "Oh, what are you thinking about?" He's like, "Dude, if I go down this hill and I hit that driveway, I could get onto that roof and like 360
Yeah.
out." And everyone's like, "Wow, you're crazy." I was like, "No, dude, that sounds sick,
That's-
dude.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, it would be fun, and they're like, fun? We don't do this for fun.
we do this for life." And then he gets all his friends like nice skates, and he was
Yeah.
like, "They're like, I guess we'll forgive you."
Yeah,
It's like it's
they
the
were all
power-
mad that he sold out.
It's the power of
You're a
friendship.
sellout.
But I got you good stuff, and they're like, we forgive you.
Okay, you're cool.
Yeah.
You're cool again.
She's like, my blades are broken, and she like pulls the skate off.
Or she like rolled down a mountain.
Oh no! Wait, didn't it was Team X Blades, and they like threw dirt at the bottom of the hill while they're speed skating downhill, and then
And the girl was the one that hit it, and she just rolled.
eats it, dude.
That
eats
hurts.
it,
That hurts bad.
dude. Road rash. I mean, have you ever gotten any road rash on your bike?
No, I've never wrecked a bike.
Oh, jeez. I've definitely gotten on a skateboard. That's for sure.
Never wrecked a bike.
Knock on. I guess there's one
It
there.
probably would.
No, like I've just kind of gone to do a trick down a set of stairs and threw my board down, and I just like stepped too far to like the side of it, and then I just went full down and
Yeah.
scraped my arms. Just my whole arm was just bleeding in
Oh
bed.
yeah, I've definitely like gone like going quick down hills or whatever, skateboarding or bicycles or whatever, and yeah, ate it, and you just got like rocks sticking out of your arm.
Did you ever use Neosporin?
No.
Yeah, me either. But now apparently it's all over my house.
Yeah.
So every time my kids get like little bumpers scratched, apparently just Neosporin comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember buying this, and it's like, oh yeah, we just have like all of this, and I was like, my parents were just like, it'll dry.
Yeah. Just don't bleed on my carpet.
Yeah, but I think I've ruined a few of my comforters as a kid because it was just like,
There's blood everywhere.
yeah, because like I said, I remember this one specific time. It was just a really long two-stair, and I was just screwing around, and that literally happened and like it was just like an 8-inch road rash
Yep.
up my arm, and I just remember in the middle of the night I probably just like scratched it, and I woke up and there's blood everywhere.
Yep.
And my dad's like, "That's cool, bro."
Nope. I think the only thing like it was wash it off or just like wait for it to stop bleeding, put a towel on it or whatever. Or if it was kind of like a big rub, they would use like that. What is that spray?
The spritz,
yeah, where
the
you spray it and
antiseptic,
it feels like your arm's being melted by acid,
bro.
like that.
Apparently, using hydrogen peroxide is actually really bad for it too.
Yeah. Which we definitely also did because I remember specifically like cuts, like you'd wipe it and it would start bubbling.
Oh, yeah, it's not good.
It's disinfecting it. No, it's destroying tissue.
It's actually killing you.
Yep.
Oh man, I think we should move on to around the internet.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan. Big fan. He's actually convinced me that I should be a stand-up comedian. I think I'm that funny, and I think I've always wanted to, and I don't know.
Do comedy.
Just do comedy, because even when I was a kid, I was like, I loved Austin Powers. I just loved making people laugh. And even as an adult, I'm just like, why would I watch Bridgerton? It's not funny. But then Dairy Girls comes on, and I'm just like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Just these group of girls and like one kid, and they're just into shenanigans. And I'm like, I love Dave Chappelle. Like, I don't know. Anyways, so our boy Joseph Rogan moved down to Texas and started a comedy club. And what's great is he's giving back to the comedy community. And like, I think anytime you get into a cool position and you start like, giving back time, energy, support to the upcoming, because I think he got $100 million to be exclusively on Spotify.
Yeah,
that's crazy. We need some of that money, Spotify. I'm looking at you.
Come on, Spotify.
But yeah, 100 millis. And then I think at that point, you're just like, good. Like after that, everything else is just extra.
Yeah.
Because unless you want to buy like a small country, like what else are you really doing here? You know? But yeah, so down in Austin, it's should be opening in the near future.
It's pretty cool.
He's got he's planned to put it in the Rich Theater down in Austin, Texas. Basically called the Comedy Mothership. So you're going to be able to do specials there. You're going to be able to just do open mics.
Like you can just like book your stage time and go over there?
I think you got to kind of be in the know, or maybe there's just like a, random open thing and they're just like, send it. Because I know there's some guy, it's Kill Tony. I forget what the name of the guy is, but just it's Kill Tony's the name of the podcast. But what it is it's an open mic night at a club. Okay. And they have like, I think you have to pay, but you put your name into like a little bucket, and then they call your name and you get like 1 minute, and after your minute they just roast the shit out of you if you're bad. And there's dudes that he was like, yeah, I was living in my car, I'm still living in my car. and like, you're not funny. And he's like, well, I sold everything to move out here and give this a shot. And they're like, why? Like, well, I've never done stand-up before. And they're like, yeah, why? Like, this wasn't the smartest. And they just lay into some of these people. And then they'll have like regulars who do it, and then some. I think it's really an interesting concept that they turned into like a long form podcast. And then you can see, cool. And then our boy Joseph, hopefully he doesn't take offense to that, but Joe Rogan, he brings up the people around him, because I think it's the tide rises all ships or something like that. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's just kind of the theory he has with life, and I think it's really interesting, and it's pretty cool. It's a little bit of our around the internet.
Sweet.
And with that, man, I think it might be time for
What the News.
On today's What the News, we have something that I saw that I just couldn't talk about. I think it's a little old, but I think his tenure may have just been up, and it brings us back to one of our favorite countries.
Okay.
New Zealand.
I love New Zealand.
So the government of New Zealand, or the New Zealand Council, however you want to say it, ends a contract with their resident wizard after 2 decades of service.
They have a resident wizard?
Oh, yes,
what is this dude's job?
Do.
What would you... why would a country have a wizard?
So we can tell... I don't know. Look, dude, I don't know. This is why this is on What the News. Like,
you're a wizard, Harry.
I'm sorry. What do you mean for 20 years you've paid a wizard?
Dude, like, he lost his job, so he's gonna put that on a resume.
Yeah.
I was a wizard for 20 years.
To work at like a quartz like emporium, or like we sell crystals here type of place.
He's gonna go to an amusement park. Well, what qualifications do you have to play? I was actually a wizard for 20 years.
What if he's on retainer now? He's just like, well, we'll give you like $1,000 if you
every
just
time
come.
We need your wizard stuff.
Every time we need a little wizard action, we'll call you
every time.
But we can't keep paying you. $1,000 a month to just be a wizard.
Every time the evil forces attack, we'll call you,
dude. But honestly, like, what they say is so Ian Brackberry Chanel, I think it is, was paid $1,600 a year to provide acts of wizardry for the city of Christchurch. Like, it does nothing specific, just a acts of wizardry.
Rumple. Explain this.
The official wizard of New Zealand. Like, holy shit. I can't even get through these articles, man. Like, I want the news. I want them all to be fun and exciting and like.
This is stuff that's actually happening, people.
Yeah. I think the last wizard in America just was not welcome.
That's a different kind of wizard. We don't want to go into that.
Oh man! So just to be a wizard, they reference like how much it costs to keep said wizard. Okay, so quote unquote, for the past 2 decades to promote through the city acts of wizardry and other wizard-like services at a cost of $16,000 a year, and been paid a total of $368,000. He could have bought a wizard Lamborghini at the end of it. I don't even know what his qualifications are.
He's a wizard.
When the council originally tried to stop him, the public protested. So this dude was literally just out there being a wizard, doing wizard stuff. And he's like, no, I'm not leaving.
Like, this dude, like, he looks like a legitimate wizard. Like,
yeah,
throw up a picture.
You shall not pass.
Like, pointy hat, walking stick, he's got it all.
But there he is.
Yeah.
Right there.
I mean, he's in black. So, like,
the wizard
I've
in black.
seen a few wizard movies.
Yeah.
The one in black's always the bad guy.
Dude, have you been watching this Lord of the Rings, Rings of
No,
Power?
I'm watching Lord of the Rings right now.
Like the movies?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we watched like the first like intro into Rings of Power. Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh yeah. And then my mom, she's hanging out with us for a little bit. She hadn't seen Lord of the Rings. So like,
you had to fix that.
So we just finished Two Towers last night. So we got to finish Return of the King.
And then you're gonna watch.
And then we'll watch
Rings of Power.
Because then she'll know who Galadriel is.
Oh, really? I actually have no. I was actually thinking I need to rewatch those ones because, like, I'm invested, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, this is like thousands of years before the Lord of the Rings.
I mean,
the movies.
Thousands of years,
something like that, isn't it?
It could be
like a whole different age.
30 years or something.
No, I think it's like thousands of years before that.
I don't want to do any spoilers because I don't want the Lord of the Rings fan base to come after me. But
I could be wrong, but I thought it was like a super long time before the Lord of the Rings because like Galadriel's like super young. In the movies, she's the one that like is trying to show Frodo or whatever like what could happen if he doesn't make it to Mordor or whatever. He meets her in the forest. She's like all in white and everything's blue. And
is she old?
She's older.
Because don't elves live for like 700 years or something?
I thought they were immortal.
I don't know about immortal.
Because like in the movie, they're talking about what's her name, Eowyn, like not wanting to give up her immortality so she can be with Aragorn because she's immortal.
So we're like pets to them.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, this is Aragorn. He'll be here for.
But she's already like fully grown, right? She's like equivalent, like age looking to him.
Galadriel?
So she's like thousands of years old, and Aragorn's like 30.
Like, all right, whatever.
Like, there's no problem with this at all, right?
He's gonna give birth to the Muggle or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, wizards and warlocks and all like elves, and that's just not me, man. I just don't get it. Like
high fantasy stuff.
No, and apparently I'm not into period pieces. So like I think I referenced Bridgerton on the last one.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. I
Period
got nothing against it, but I can't get into it. Like
I was like the like cyberpunky sci-fi like Blade Runner.
Yeah,
like stuff like that. Like that's my jam.
The future, like space, and I mean
Flying
maybe
cars.
that's technically a period piece, but I just don't like the old stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
like
depends.
castles. I'm like, just use your cell phone. Why'd you walk? You could have. Oh, man, I think there's a film theory out there right now that's like you physically could walk to Mordor, and because it would be so weird that like 2 random elves walked into Mordor, nobody would do anything. Like it's just a psychological thing. Like even it, like so like Frodo and Sam like put on orc gear, and they didn't look anything like an orc. Yeah, they didn't look anything like an orc, but it was just so like apparently mind blowing that they weren't, that they were just like, oh, I guess they must
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, I guess that must be why they're here, right? And because they're one of us, and they just let
they're
it
just
happen,
the
and
ones.
then they just threw the ring in. So they had to walk, because if they saw giant flying falcons or eagles or whatever it was, they'd be like, that's not normal.
That was the first thing. Dude, so my wife and I went and saw these in theaters, and at the end, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, it's your own fault. But like at the very end, when they're like on the side of the mountain, he already threw the ring in, the eagles come and pick him up and take him out of there. I was like, why did you just fly them in there?
I think that was the point.
Like, what?
I think that was it. Like they were just like,
because it would have been done in the first movie.
Yeah, that's
we
why
got a 4-hour eagle flight. Just go ahead.
That's where the theory came from. But I think still, like, wouldn't they have shot the eagles down anyways, or were they just so distraught? Did they all like react once the ring?
Like everybody was freaking out because like the tower fell or whatever, like Sauron's eye fell. So that distracted them enough that they didn't shoot the eagles. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's just like, they didn't shoot the eagles because.
Yeah. Well, look here. Let me explain this to you, there, Junior.
Yeah, but then I mean, maybe they could have just walked out too, or maybe they were tired.
Well, they were like dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he did just get his finger bit off.
And I don't want to say a realistic comparison, but a similar trail is hiking the entirety of the Appalachian Trail. So
if you want to see what it was like to walk into Mordor.
Yeah, you can walk the Appalachian Trail.
I hear one does not simply walk into Mordor.
Apparently they do, though.
But they did. Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe you can just like, I don't know, spin it or something. But like if you were just like, yeah, let's put this on and just not talk to anybody. Every time there's a light, just like.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't want to do spoilers because spoiler hour is the worst. Because I think I had the same kind of mentality. Every time a Marvel movie comes out, I try not to watch any of the spoiler stuff on YouTube, so that I basically can't watch my YouTube feed.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so when someone talks about it, I'm just like, you're going to ruin this for me? That's cool. So I don't want to do that to anybody if you haven't seen Rings of Power, so we'll just let it slide. But I have been working on rewatching The Lord of the Rings because I made it through and I was like, we should watch this now. And my wife's like, I don't know if I have 11 hours. I'm not all at once, just like,
because I mean, like the originals are like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then if you go, HBO Max has the extended editions.
No, I'm good.
They're all like 4 hours. It adds another hour. But apparently, like, we've all been missing a whole bunch of stuff because there's like whole other story arcs and characters in these other movies.
No way.
Yeah.
That they filmed, plot out, and they were just like, it's just too long.
Yep. And they cut it out.
What was the long? I mean, wasn't Endgame like 2 hours and something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's
almost 3 hours.
But just watching Endgame in theaters, I was just like, oh my God. I had to stay for the whole thing. I wasn't about to walk out. I was like, I made it 2.5 hours without going to the bathroom. I'm staying through the credits. I don't care. And
because you complained about the Batman too. You do not like long movies.
Bro, it could have been an hour and a half if you just stopped walking so much.
Or did like a 10-minute ride of motorcycle through the cemetery
with Catwoman,
scene.
just like,
and then they just like
split ways, and you're just like, awesome. I got nothing out of that because there's nothing happening in the background.
Nope.
It was literally just them riding motorcycles, just like epically with the capes and leather
next
and
to each other.
I was just like, come on, dude. Like, and then there'd be scenes like when he was beating up people in the subway, and the dude just like walks out, and you like watch him slowly walk out. And I'm like, that was 15 seconds that we didn't need to see. Like Batman could have just started kicking the crap out of people, but no, he's like walks up slowly. 10 seconds of your time and then starts beating someone up. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's cool, but like also not. At least he didn't say it's Morbid time.
Morbid time.
I'm Venom.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm glad Morbius was only like an hour 15.
That movie was not good.
It took itself way too seriously.
And it looked terrible.
Dude, it was just like, they were like, Jared Leto was just so invested in being Morbius that he just like forgot that he was in a Marvel movie and just went off the rails with it, because everybody else seemed to be all right with it, and then he's just over here like, I'm dying, and then he gets immortality. Spoiler for Morbius, because I just don't care. Like, Morbius was the bad guy. Like his friend, right at the beginning, they were like, "We're best friends."
Yeah.
And then Morbius, his friend, maybe not the best guy in the world, maybe does some nefarious actions, but also has this incurable disease that Morbius has. Finds a cure while it turns him into a vampire. You know what I mean? Okay, but like your boy paid for your whole life,
Like everything,
everything
you've ever done.
Your friend paid for, right? Because you're just, I don't know, bad with money, or I don't know, you're a scientist. You're not worried about paying bills. You're worried about
science,
turning into a bat, whatever.
Yeah.
But then like doesn't give it to his friend.
Nope.
And he could have been cool with his friend, just be like, hey, bro, why don't we just not kill like everyone? Like what? Maybe like a guy every now and then.
Like bad guys.
Yeah, maybe just like one bad guy every now and then. I don't know, but just not just like all the time. And so just like, you can't have this. This isn't for you. It's a curse. But it's like, you can walk again, bro.
Yeah.
Like we were blessed, right? However you want to say it, to have functioning, working, deployable bodies, right? But like, he didn't.
Yep.
He was teased his whole life. He probably had a lot
the crutches.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you didn't help your friend out.
Yep.
Like, so what if he turns evil?
It's your fault.
It kind of is. And then you're like, I have to stop him.
I feel like he could, like, well, I mean, obviously these are plot points, right? That's the whole reason they're making a movie. But like, he could have just been like, oh, you found the cure. Yes, I did. But it turned me into a vampire. Can I have it? Are you sure you want to be a vampire?
Yes.
You accept that responsibility? Now it's your fault.
Yeah. Also, I make fake blood. You can live off said fake blood, or like they didn't even try like cows, right? So they just went straight to just like people.
Fake blood, people. There's no middle ground.
And I don't know. I just hated it for that reason. I was like, why didn't you help your friend? The friend who did everything for you. Like,
he literally paid for his entire life. And we're talking like millions and millions of dollars in research and facilities.
Yeah, like he had the whole bat cave in his office and everything. And
he'd send him to like the whole beginning of the movie. He's in like South America or something.
Yeah.
So he sent you to South America to do your research and get these bats.
And then you find a cure, and then you're just like, no, you can't have it. Like, maybe you could have been more of a bro and like less of like a self-centered bat asshole. Oh man, I don't know either. But God, I hated Morbius. I would rather.
He's a little heated about it.
I would rather sit through 2 Lord of the Rings than Morbius ones.
That's because Lord of the Rings are great.
Yeah, but I'm willing to sit through 6 hours worth of movie than an hour and a half of movie.
You do not like long movies. That's true.
Oh man, but as long as they're good, they're fine. Anyways, God damn it, Jared.
He just makes questionable decisions. Did you see him as the Joker?
I did.
Like, is it Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he's like gangbanger Joker.
I think I don't know if it was him. Like, okay, I could see like that kind of a Joker happening, but I think the movie overall just wasn't good. And like DC I think Black Adam is kind of like available to audiences now in select areas, but like DC's just trying to do too much.
Yeah.
It's like you can't set up the whole JSA, just whatever it is, but in one movie. Like, Marvel has like, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, like
they were making these movies for years before they did the
Avengers. Before the Avengers. Yeah. And then it all kind of came together, but DC's just like, no, we have 5 minutes to talk about this, 10 for this, 10 for this. Black Adam, the Wing God, I forget what his name is, but like, they're trying to just do so much in one movie, and then it's just like, I don't know, the Flash pops up and he's like, oh, I'm the Flash. And then you're just like, okay, what's the Flash doing? And then the Flash is gone, and then it's just like a moot plot point.
Yeah.
That's why I try to keep these podcasts on.
As we go off on superhero rants.
Oh, superhero tangents.
It all started with a wizard in New Zealand.
It did. But maybe we should just move on to conspiracy
get
corner.
Back on track here. Yeah. Okay. Conspiracy corner. So I have one. Hey, Stonehenge, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So Stonehenge. So apparently there's this town in Georgia. I think it's Elgerton. There in the 80s, 1980, there was it's called the Georgia Guidestone.
Okay.
It's just like somebody built this set of stones, and it has like 10 rules of life for humanity on it in like 8 different languages or something like that. So
8 different languages.
Yeah, it's in 8 different languages, and there's stuff like one of the rules is like rule, passion, tradition, and family, all with like within reason or something like that. So it's just a bunch of different life rules on there. But the thing is the person who like funded it, it was an alias. Like when they researched this guy, he didn't exist.
Ooh.
No one knows who built it.
All right.
No one knows why they built it. They don't know how it was funded other than this guy gave them money.
Mormon Church calling it now.
Yeah. So I mean, there's tons of conspiracy theories going around it. Like, why was this built? And everybody's like, oh, Illuminati, Satanist groups and all this stuff. Like, no one knows how it got there, why it was there. They just know it was built by this alias in 1980, and it says rules for being a human. Oh, it also says maintain the Earth's population under 500 million to preserve our balance with nature.
What are we at now?
Like, was it like 8 billion?
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, was there that much population?
So that's
growth?
actually one of the rules, is to maintain Earth's population under 500 million to preserve our balance with nature.
What?
So that's why everybody's like, oh, it's like the New World Order or whatever.
Ooh.
Or the Illuminati.
Is there like a good till date, or is it like is that going to be like one of the surviving things? Well, I mean, 500 million is not that many people.
Yeah.
That's like, no, I don't know. I don't want to guess, but maybe most of America is 500 million.
Yeah.
Gross. That's a lot of people. So
Yeah, 500 million. But that's one of the rules on there.
Any other rules?
Not that I remember off the top. There's 10 rules, yeah, but like the only two that I remembered off the article were those two. But it's just like no one knows where this monument came from.
Huh. That's weird.
Just randomly built in 1980 in this town in Georgia, and that's it. No one can find the guy, why it was built, nothing.
There's just always a guy with an umbrella looking at it.
Yeah.
Just like,
is he a wizard?
Is he? Oh my God. Maybe he is. I mean,
there's always someone out there.
It's
pretty crazy.
So, all right. So, like, is it like a giant monument, or
it's
is
huge?
It's
huge.
huge.
It's massive.
So it's not just like a pep, like
no, it's not like a little tablet or anything like that. It's
just a giant thing.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture of it.
Oh God, yeah, that's interesting. Like, there's some other weird stuff. I know there's like one in Florida, like the Coral Castle or something like that. And the guy, I don't know if he was like crazy, but he's like, I've solved it. I figured out how they built the pyramids, and he just used levers and pulleys and things like that. And he did it all himself.
Yeah.
And it's just this massive coral, like, I don't want to say garden, but it's just this huge coral area, and it's like, did it all by myself, but like nobody knows why.
To see if I could.
That's interesting. I want to know the other one. Let's see. Google Georgia Guidestone.
Yeah. See.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's like 19 feet tall.
Yep.
Let's see. In order to avoid debate, we sponsors of the Georgia Guidestones have a simple message for human beings. Now and for the future, we believe our precepts are sound and they must stand on their own merits. This is some, oh my goodness, what's it called? The guys who drink the Kool-Aid.
You drink the, like the
goodness.
cult?
Yes, the cult. Those guys. Oh, God, it's killing me now.
Was it Children of the Sun or something like that?
Yeah, they all wore Nikes, drank Kool-Aid, and they thought their souls would come up as the comet passed over. And then there's 2 people left, and they're just like, maybe it was the leftovers. Then maybe like, we have some money. Let's just do something crazy, and then we'll just kind of like let it fade. Oh, man. This is kind of crazy. Yep. I am the originator of the Georgia Guidestones and the sole author of its inscriptions. I have had the assistance of a number of American citizens in the beginning, bringing the monument into being. Oh my God. We have no mysterious purposes or ulterior motives.
Okay. Why would you have to put that on there?
I'm definitely not a wizard. We seek common sense pathways to a peaceful world without bias for particular creeds or philosophies. Yeah, bud. All right. Sounds like some
sketchy,
psychopath
dude.
stuff.
It's sketchy.
Very. That's funny. We should go check this out one day.
Right? And just go to Georgia.
Georgia Guidestone.
See if we can find the wizard.
All right, man. Yeah. Well, it's been another great podcast.
Another one in the books.
Can't wait to do it again.
Hell yeah.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and jot down your favorite comment in the comment section. But with that.
All right. We'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
See ya.